Hello readers, welcome back to Nutan's library. Friends, in this video I'm presenting to you the summary of the book, The 4 Agreements. It's a spiritual self-help book written by Don Miguel Ruiz, a Mexican author and spiritual teacher. The book offers a simple yet profound set of principles for living a happier and more fulfilling life, based on the ancient wisdom of the Toltec civilization. The book is based on the idea that much of our suffering and unhappiness is caused by the beliefs and attitudes that we have been taught since childhood. These beliefs and attitudes are often based on fear, judgment, and assumptions, and they limit our ability to live in harmony with our true selves and with others. To break free from these limiting beliefs and attitudes, the author presents 4 agreements that we can make with ourselves to live more authentically and joyfully. Through these agreements, he shows how we can transform our lives and relationships by speaking and living truthfully, letting go of the need to take things personally, questioning our assumptions, and striving to do our best without expectations or attachments. So friends, make sure you watch the video till the end because we are going to learn how this piece of wisdom can help us live more fulfilling and authentic lives. Whether you are looking to improve your personal relationships, overcome self-limiting beliefs, or find greater meaning and purpose in life, the 4 Agreements offers a powerful and transformative guide to living a more authentic and fulfilling life. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then immediately like the video and subscribe to the channel. First and foremost, let's understand what is meant by dream. You see, everything in existence is a manifestation of the one living being, which is commonly referred to as God or the one divine light. The essence of this divine light is present in all humans, and it is what connects us all. Human perception is merely light perceiving light. Then comes the dream of the humans, which creates an illusion and prevents us from seeing the truth of what we are. According to the Toltec wisdom tradition, this dream is a virtual reality that we all agree to live in, and it is shaped by our beliefs, opinions, and judgments. The dream is like a filter through which we interpret our experiences, and it shapes our perception of reality. It includes all the ideas, beliefs, and opinions that we've been taught by our parents, culture, and society. These ideas become so deeply ingrained in us that we often mistake them for reality. What you are seeing and hearing right now is nothing but a dream. You are dreaming right now in this moment. You are dreaming with the brain awake. Dreaming is the main function of the mind, and the mind dreams 24 hours a day. It dreams when the brain is awake, and it also dreams when the brain is asleep. The difference is that when the brain is awake, there is a material frame that makes us perceive things in a linear way. When we go to sleep, we do not have the frame, and the dream has the tendency to change constantly. Then comes the concept of domestication and dream of the planet. Friends, the concept of domestication and the dream of the planet are the 2 interconnected ideas that shape our beliefs, behaviors, and experiences. Domestication refers to the process by which we are socialized into our respective cultures and societies. It involves learning the beliefs, values, and customs of our families, schools, religions, and other institutions. Domestication is a necessary part of our development as social beings, but it also has a dark side. It often involves the imposition of beliefs and values that are not necessarily aligned with our true nature, but rather serve the interests of those in power. The dream of the planet, on the other hand, refers to the collective belief system that governs the thoughts and behaviors of human beings. Before we were born, the humans before us created a big outside dream, which is called the dream of the planet. It is a system of beliefs that is passed down from generation to generation and shapes our perceptions of reality. The dream of the planet is the collective dream of billions of smaller personal dreams, which together create a dream of a family, a dream of a community, a dream of a city, a dream of a country, and finally a dream of the whole humanity. The dream of the planet includes all of society's rules, its beliefs, its laws, its religions, its different cultures and ways to be, its governments, schools, social events, and holidays. The dream of the planet is rooted in fear, and it is based on the belief that we are separate, isolated individuals who must compete with each other for resources and power. It encourages us to prioritize success, status, and material possessions, and to view others as competitors or obstacles. You see, domestication and the dream of the planet are closely related because domestication reinforces the beliefs and values of the dream of the planet. We are taught to believe that certain behaviors and emotions are acceptable, while others are not. We are taught to value conformity and obedience, and to fear rejection and judgment. These domesticated beliefs and values shape our perceptions of ourselves and the world, and limit our potential for growth and fulfillment. To break free from the domestication and the dream of the planet, we must cultivate self-awareness and take the Toltec path to freedom. By taking the Toltec path to freedom, we can create a new reality based on love, acceptance, and unity. We can learn to embrace our true nature and live in alignment with our authentic selves, rather than conforming to the expectations of others. We can also work to create a society that values the well-being of all individuals and the planet, rather than perpetuating the old dream of fear and separation. So, let's understand the Toltec path to freedom in detail. You see, the Toltec path to freedom is the foundation of this book. It is a set of teachings that are based on the wisdom and traditions of the Toltec people, an ancient civilization that existed in Mexico more than 1,000 years ago. According to the Toltec path to freedom, freedom is achieved through the mastery of 4 agreements. These agreements are the principles that guide us on a path to personal transformation and spiritual growth. The first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. This agreement emphasizes the importance of speaking with integrity and using your words to spread positivity and love. It encourages individuals to be mindful of the power of their words and to avoid using them to harm themselves or others. Being impeccable with your word requires a deep understanding of the impact of words on our lives. Our words have the power to create and destroy, to heal and harm, to uplift and bring down. Therefore, it is essential to choose our words carefully and use them to promote love, kindness, and understanding. When we speak with integrity, we express our authentic selves and stay true to our values. It means being honest, truthful, and transparent in our communication with others. It also means avoiding gossip, criticism, and judgment, which can harm others and damage our relationships. The first agreement also requires us to be impeccable with our words towards ourselves. We must avoid negative self-talk and use positive affirmations to build our self-esteem and confidence. By speaking positively to ourselves, we create a healthy self-image and avoid self-sabotage. Being impeccable with your word also means keeping your promises and commitments. When we make a promise, we must do our best to fulfill it, as it reflects our integrity and reliability. It also means being careful not to overpromise, which can lead to disappointment and resentment. So friends, by following this agreement, we can create healthy relationships, build our self-esteem, and live a life of authenticity and integrity. The second agreement is to not take anything personally. This agreement emphasizes the importance of recognizing that the actions and words of others are not necessarily a reflection of us, and that we should not let them affect our emotional state. Taking things personally can cause us unnecessary suffering and emotional pain. When we take things personally, we assume that someone's words or actions are directed at us, which can trigger feelings of hurt, anger, and resentment. However, in most cases, what others say or do is not about us at all, but rather a reflection of their own beliefs, fears, and emotions. By not taking things personally, we free ourselves from the burden of negative emotions and the need to react defensively. We can learn to observe our thoughts and feelings objectively without letting them control us or dictate our behavior. The second agreement also requires us to cultivate compassion and understanding towards others. When we recognize that their behavior is not about us, but rather a reflection of their own inner world, we can approach them with empathy and compassion. We can choose to respond with kindness and understanding, rather than reacting defensively or with aggression. Furthermore, the second agreement reminds us that we are in control of our emotional state. We have the power to choose how we react to the words and actions of others. We can choose to let them affect us negatively or choose to let them go and focus on our inner peace and happiness. So friends, as per this agreement, we must develop a deep understanding that the actions and words of others are not necessarily a reflection of us, and that we should not take them personally. By following this agreement, we can free ourselves from the burden of negative emotions, create healthy relationships, and live a life of inner peace and fulfillment. The third agreement is to not make assumptions. This agreement emphasizes the importance of clear communication and the avoidance of misunderstandings that can lead to conflict and pain. Making assumptions is a common human tendency. We tend to fill in the gaps in our knowledge with our own assumptions, beliefs, and biases. However, assumptions can be dangerous as they can lead to misunderstandings and false conclusions, which can harm our relationships and our own well-being. The third agreement encourages us to ask questions, seek clarification, and communicate clearly with others. By doing so, we can avoid misunderstandings and ensure that we are on the same page with the people around us. Moreover, we should understand that we are not mind readers. We cannot know the thoughts and intentions of others without asking them directly. Making assumptions about others' thoughts or feelings can lead to false conclusions and misinterpretations, which can create unnecessary conflict and pain. We should also be open-minded and challenge our own assumptions and beliefs. We must be curious and seek different perspectives, rather than assuming that our own beliefs and assumptions are always correct. So friends, by following this agreement, we can avoid misunderstandings and conflicts, create healthy relationships, and live a life of authenticity and understanding. The fourth agreement is to always do your best. This agreement emphasizes the importance of giving our best effort in everything we do, regardless of the outcome. Doing our best requires a deep commitment to personal excellence and self-improvement. It means taking responsibility for our actions and striving to do better each day. It also means being honest with ourselves about our strengths and weaknesses and using them to improve ourselves and our lives. The fourth agreement also requires us to avoid judging ourselves harshly for not achieving perfection. Instead, we should focus on progress, not perfection. We should celebrate our achievements, no matter how small, and learn from our mistakes. Furthermore, we should be present in the moment and focus on the task at hand. When we give our best effort, we are fully engaged in the present moment, without worrying about the past or the future. We are fully present and alive, and our actions reflect this. Moreover, the fourth agreement reminds us that our best effort is different from day to day, depending on our circumstances and energy levels. We should be kind to ourselves and give ourselves the rest and recovery we need. so we can continue to do our best in the long term. So friends, by following this agreement, we can live a life of authenticity, self-improvement, and personal growth. Now, in addition to achieving the mastery of the 4 agreements, the Toltec path to freedom also emphasizes the importance of self-awareness and self-mastery. It encourages us to challenge our own beliefs and assumptions and to develop a deep understanding of our own inner world. By cultivating self-awareness, we can transform our negative patterns and behaviors and create a life of inner peace and fulfillment. Furthermore, the Toltec path to freedom teaches us to embrace change and to live in the present moment. We should understand that the past and the future are illusions and that true freedom and happiness can only be found in the present moment. So all in all, if we see, the Toltec path to freedom is a set of teachings that guide us on a path to personal transformation and spiritual growth. It teaches us to live with integrity, compassion, and self-awareness, and to embrace change and live in the present moment. By following the 4 agreements and embracing the principles of the Toltec path to freedom, we can achieve true freedom and create a life of authenticity, inner peace, and fulfillment. Now, in the end, the author asks us to achieve a new dream. The new dream is a concept that represents a shift in our collective consciousness and a transformation of our societal beliefs and values. The new dream is a dream of love, acceptance, and unity, where we recognize our interconnectedness and embrace the diversity of the human experience. The new dream represents a departure from the old dream, which is rooted in fear, separation, and competition. The old dream is based on the belief that we are separate individuals who must compete with each other for resources and power. It encourages us to prioritize success, status, and material possessions, and to view others as competitors or obstacles. The new dream, on the other hand, is based on the recognition that we are all interconnected and that our well-being is intimately tied to the well-being of others and the planet. It encourages us to prioritize compassion, kindness, and cooperation, and to view others as allies and collaborators. The new dream is a dream of authenticity, where we are free to express ourselves fully and to live according to our own values and passions. It is a dream of inner peace, where we are free from the fear and judgment that have kept us trapped in old patterns of behavior. To achieve the new dream, we must begin by transforming ourselves and our relationships with others. We must cultivate self-awareness and self-love and learn to accept ourselves and others unconditionally. We must also cultivate empathy and compassion and learn to see others as reflections of ourselves. Furthermore, we must work to transform our institutions and social structures and to create a more just and equitable world. We must challenge the systems of oppression and inequality that have perpetuated the old dream and work to create a society that values the well-being of all individuals and the planet. So friends, the world is a beautiful and wonderful place, and life can be easy when we take the Toltec path to freedom and achieve the new dream in our lives. Living the new dream and choosing to love all the time brings us happiness and inner peace and changes our perception of everything. We can see the world through the eyes of love and become aware of the love that surrounds us. When we live this way, the fog in our minds dissipates and the chaos and confusion of the world fades away. This is what humanity has been seeking for centuries: happiness and inner peace. It's possible and it's in our hands. Our identity is often mixed up with the dream of the planet, which is filled with limiting beliefs and agreements. It becomes difficult for us to let go and experience love. We may feel attached to our suffering because it's what we know, but there is no reason to suffer. We can choose to let go of the limiting beliefs and agreements that hold us back and create space for love in our lives. We have a choice to suffer our destiny or to enjoy our destiny. Suffering may make us feel safe because it's familiar, but it's not necessary. Happiness is also a choice, and it's within our power to choose it. We can choose to live in hell or live in heaven, and the choice is ours. So friends, the key to a fulfilling life is choosing love as our way of life. By letting go of limiting beliefs and agreements and embracing the love that surrounds us, we can experience happiness and inner peace. We can choose to live in heaven, and it's up to us to make that choice.